All right, y'all. When growing up with
Johnson podcast.
I'm your host, Mac Johnson.
I'm Jeremy Johnson. We about to get into it.
All right, so what we talking about is some of the things we dealt with in our lives and some of the upbringing we had. First off, for y'all that do know us, you know how it was when we was growing up. We come from a 2-parent home.
Yeah.
God rest his soul, my daddy, Jerry, and my mama, Sharon. And if everybody knows my daddy, they know my daddy did not play. My daddy he dished out more bubbles than anything else in his life.
Remember I got one in school?
Got one. I ain't gonna tell about that story. Ain't gonna talk about it.
Man, I was cutting up in school, and me not knowing that they were gonna call Daddy. Daddy showed up. He was like, "Come here."
Renato
took me to the hallway. I'm trying to clean it up.
I was gonna say, don't take the picture. What you draw on the floor? That's what we need.
Yeah. No, I wrote a cuss word on the floor.
Yeah, and didn't even spell it right.
Yeah. Well, and the thing was, by the time they told the teacher, and the teacher called Daddy, I had erased it. The boy was trying to hide it so I couldn't mess with it.
I can see you as a kid.
I snuck around behind him and I erased it. And then he tried to show the teacher it wasn't nothing there. So anyway, she still called, my daddy. Daddy showed up. Daddy called me out in the hallway. Whooped my tail. Me trying not to holler because I know all my classmates in there. Boy,
he went hard on you, yeah.
Oh, but they heard the licks.
Goodness, yeah.
So shit.
Let me tell y'all something about our daddy. When he say whooping, Daddy had it broke down. So we all got sickle cell. I got it, my brother got it, and my daddy got it. And my older brother got the trait. So we go through some bullshit. We'll touch on that real quick. Me, I have to, just to be able to walk around and live a normal life, I get infusions. I got more medicine than an 80-year-old that I have to take. And occasionally I get sick. And when I say the last time I got sick, sickle cell hit my spine and I had to learn how to walk again. And that was some pain I never felt like that in a long, it was like 15 years I felt like that, where I literally was in so much pain that I thought I was gonna die. Because I couldn't catch a normal breath. Because I was, and my lip went numb. I mean, it was bad.
I remember them because every time it hurt.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had one of them before.
And then my brother, he'll tell you some of the shit he got going on.
So not only do I have sickle cell, I have kidney disease. And then mine is in stage 5, where basically if I don't get a kidney, it won't be long before I be checking out of here too. So, as the Lord, if the Lord's willing, I get a kidney. So hopefully, if not, it is what it is. I've lived my life. I lived a good life. I feel like, So, and they keep telling me, oh yeah, still, we don't want you to go. But I'm like, dude, I done lived the best life I could. I done did most of the things that I wanted to do in life. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. So don't get me wrong.
Don't listen. I mean, he lying. When he was in the hospital, he was like, "Don't go, Kane." He said, "Don't go, Kane. No." But no.
Don't die.
Stay up.
Yeah, I heard y'all.
But no, honestly, man, when you got sickle cell, man, you got to prepare yourself like that. That's the sad truth about it. Shoe was on the other foot. I'll be the same way. I don't want it to happen. Don't nobody want to die, but you can't fight the inevitable.
Right. All you gotta do is just be ready.
My thing is, my kidneys is gonna be in the same condition as his kidneys. Yeah. Everybody with sickle cell most likely gonna have some messed up kidneys.
It's not sickle cell that kills you, it's the medicine.
Yep. All the pain meds, all that other medicine, they don't tell you it affects your kidney. But anyway, to not make it just so dark, we're gonna talk about, like I said, back to the pain. So what I was saying is, with having sickle cell and having growing up, because it's 3 boys in our house. It's my brother, my older brother Chris, my middle brother Jeremy, and me. And when we got in trouble, Daddy whooped us in 3s. He would whoop you for not saying nothing. Yeah. And I remember a couple occasions, Daddy would beat the brakes off us and go into a crisis and have us take him up there and sit with him. I'm like, man, I done pulled his IV. Man, he would beat us until he go into a crisis and send us back up there. I mean, and we have to go up there and sit there with him. The thing about it is, when you get older, you understand, like, man, I appreciate them butt whoops. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. It made me who I am today. Yeah. See, a lot of these little young kids out here, they need them butt whoopers to send you to a crisis or send you to the hospital. Yeah. They need a good foot up their tail. But, like I said, society make it where they don't want you to do that.
Story time.
Go ahead.
I remember me and a friend, I'm not gonna say his name.
I know what he's talking about. Go ahead.
But me and a friend, we were about to break in the house. Now, you don't know about this one, bro. And something kept telling me, boy, you breaking this house, your daddy gonna be So I was kind of bagging out, but I kind of wasn't. But I was down. But it was like everything kept going against us to get in this house, and we was not able to get in that house. And I'm so glad, boy.
It's the power of us whooping. Good old, but not abuse. We ain't talking about punching in the face. Well, Daddy did do some of that slap, but he ain't punch unless you jump bad. But you got to think about it. He had 3 boys.
Slaps, yeah, because shit.
Yeah, and we tried them every time we got them. We start smelling ourselves. Yeah. We tried them.
Yeah, as a boy, you turn around and test your parents sometimes to see, how far you can push and shit. Yeah, I remember Chris trying to test, and Chris got hit.
Got beat under the couch, bro. Like, I forgot what was that? Do you know the story of that one? Because I think you was in that story. Look, he always did a lot of these stories.
I think that was when we did that drive-out.
We ain't gonna throw no names. We don't want to bring up no unresolved emotions.
Just know we shot at somebody's house,
and they paid for it.
And Daddy found out, and Chris called himself going to try to catch an attitude when Daddy asked him about it. And Daddy beat the brakes off of him. So, but it is what it is.
So whoever was the victim of that, please believe Daddy got it back time. He got it back in blood. He got it back in blood for you.
And then took Chris to the police station to make sure that nobody get hurt.
And straight up, we as kids we do a lot of crazy stuff. We don't mean and when we bring it up, because we're gonna be some stuff we bring up. We ain't gonna put no names on it, but we don't want y'all getting mad and feeling some type of way. Because at the end of the day, we all grown. We grown men. Ain't nobody punking us as grown men. When we was kids, we did kid stuff. Mm-hmm. Once you grow up to be a man, you set aside those kidly things and be a man. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, don't be having no hard feelings and none of that. Because at the end of the day, we grown now. Right. Let it go. There was times that happened to me where you can bring it up now, I laugh about it. But when I was a kid, god dang it, I was mad. I was 10 pounds mad. But anyway, so with the butt whoopers, Daddy didn't play. I remember my time my dumb butt jumped off that glass table, jumped on that glass. Let me tell you something about God. I love you today. I still love you, but God, dog, Jesus. So, when you a boy, you really, for some reason, you think you indestructible. And I was doing wrestling moves on my daddy glass. It's a living room that he had, and if you know us, you weren't supposed to step foot in, yet alone be in there playing. Yes,
it's the white room.
So I'm in here on this glass table, and I decided to throw the barrel. I slammed the barrel, bam! I said, I'm finna get on the top bunk. Not only am I on the glass, put the barrel on the glass table, finna jump on it. I jumped on the couch, barefooted, dirty feet and all. jumped on the couch. And you know that couch was all white.
All right.
Thank God there was no dirt on it, but jumped on it. Pow! Glass broke everywhere. Me and the bear looking at each other. I'm looking at the bear looking at me. I said, oh shit.
All you Daddy said, if you don't have a scratch on you, I'm beating your tail.
And guess what? Then I ain't even have an ash mark. Man, he beat me. If I known what I know today, I would have. Look, Daddy, look what the paper did to my arm. Man, he told me up, bro. Told me up. And that's just like I said, some of the time that Daddy didn't play. Just like our mama didn't play.
I didn't know what happened. I just remember you went through that table, and I was like, what happened? I thought you fell.
Nah, Daddy ain't. I failed.
He said, if you don't have a scratch on you, you're going to beat your tail. And Mac stood up, and I was like, this nigga, Mac gotta be cut.
Gouge, cut,
Mac
straight.
He didn't have an ashy spot from the glass scraping.
Nope.
He ain't had nothing.
I tell you what, I had a bunch of ashy whips on my leg after that, boy. And probably back too.
Yeah, Daddy told him up.
But yeah, that was one of the things. Also, growing up in the family. Stop.
And I was thinking about that fishnet shirt, Daddy's.
I hate y'all. I tell y'all right now, some of the people that we grew up with.
Cousin.
Can't stand Mikey. Joe. All the ones that kind of grew up in Chris' generation in Germany. Mine, he was done with.
Well, you know,
but that fishnet shirt.
Your age. You know,
yeah,
more
but
age.
that green fishnet shirt that he wore with no t-shirt on, and it was a tank top fishnet shirt.
Taco meat.
And he was built like the old Gucci man. When he was on lean. That's how my dad was built. Except his breast was a lot more sharp.
He was built like Esther Rose.
I don't know who that is. But
damn.
But yeah, he was built bad. But you couldn't tell my daddy that, boy. Just like he'll wear them short khaki pants with it, with the Moses sandals, with the leg. I'm talking about white as this right here. And he'll get out there.
And dress socks.
And then, out of all the days, he want to pick you up from school with all this BS on. Get you from school with this man song. But, yeah, I kind of was coming out of that phase. Alright, this shit, we're gonna get off Daddy, because I know he like, dang. Y'all gonna,
I know he looking down.
we're gonna talk about some other
keep
stuff.
talking about
Dang. But I remember for Christmas, boy, remember that leather coat? Boy, that
so you want to bring that?
Yeah.
I'm about to bring yours up too. Remember the park?
That wasn't Daddy, that was Mama.
I know, but you remember that?
I talk about yours. I talk about mine. I talk about yours. I definitely talk about mine.
All right, anyway.
Don't y'all laugh.
All right. So I wanted a leather coat for Christmas. Why did my daddy go to my uncle and get one of his old leather coats that looked like Michael Jackson coat?
Shout out to
Daddy
Uncle
gave
Larry.
it to
God
me.
rest his soul.
And Daddy gave it to me for Christmas. I was so mad.
You don't be telling the story right.
Look, I opened it. I tried to act like I was happy. And I even put it on and everything.
Man, we could tell in his face.
Yeah, and then I went in my room and laid back down. And Daddy was like, you don't appreciate nothing. I was like,
That
coat looked like that Thriller coat that Michael Jackson had on. And
it smelled like hot coffee.
Yeah. It
smelled like Uncle Larry drunk a pound of coffee in that thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna give you a couple details this boy left out because it was his brown coat that he wanted. It was bad. And
Oh,
Mama was supposed to
it
get
was a leather bomber.
And that's what he wanted for Christmas. That's all he wanted for Christmas. And my mama and them was gonna get it. But
Daddy said
Daddy was like, he got it. So in Daddy fashion, he looking for the discount. The hookup. Cause all his mama let a coat. Oh, I got it. He gonna be looking good. So now I will say this. If y'all saw it now, today, I bet y'all probably like, oh, I rocked it. But anyway, so
I would have rocked it today.
yeah,
Back
that's what I'm
then,
saying.
Nah.
But anyway,
it wasn't thick enough to keep me warm.
Yeah. But anyway, he got me the coat because it was Christmas Eve. It was like you can get one gift. In Germany, of course, you know the only one I want. So Daddy happy. I was like, oh, I got my son. Oh, I got it. Germany happy too. Oh, I can't stand it. Man, he got This is when we knew
and it was
that they want the coat. I know it was great because I wore it. I was always the one to try to make people feel better about stuff. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. So what happened, he opened the coat and you could tell on his face, he was like, and he was like, put it on. He kind of like, I put it on in my room type of, because we had our cousin Mikey over there. Mikey, boy, he the one who taught all of us how to crack jokes. So you already know, Mikey, you know. So he had Mikey over there. Mikey was like, don't put it on. Man, you saw my brother's eyes was watering up because his feelings was hurt, bro. And I felt it. So I'm over here trying to, I like that bad, like that bad. And Daddy, oh, you gonna be ungrateful, give it back to me. And he snatched it off of him. And I was like, it ain't that. I said, well, I'll take it, Dad. Trying to just be the nice version. But yeah, that coat was garbage. I mean, the orange was this long on it. When you put it on, you had to roll it 8 times.
It was that long. It was short.
And it had coffee stains.
And it was thin. Yeah, and it had coffee stains. I'm like, and it was gray. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I know this nigga didn't give me this with a whole bunch of zippers everywhere.
Zippers. I mean, man, you had pockets on pockets. And if you wanted to get past some stuff, you could have.
Right, and he wanted me to wear that to school. I was like, boy, you done lost your mind. I was like, I will freeze before I wear that, boy.
Yeah. But you know, this is one of the stories. We got a minute. Like, I tell you, boy, we can talk about childhood all day. Another situation we're gonna talk about is how small of a town we stayed in. When we was coming up, man, we stayed in Wynne, Arkansas. If you don't know what Wynne is, look it up. And we're gonna give you some stuff on how small it is.
In a squirrel fart. Just it's small.
When before we left, population was 8,000, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody knew everything.
I think my graduating class was like 200 or something like that.
Yeah, I have mine was. Yep. Yeah. And they said, oh, y'all have to hire them.
Yeah, and I'm like, 200? What are you talking about? Yeah. I'm like, shoot, I know people that they classroom is 200. And you talking about our whole graduating class was 200? And it's the biggest? I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So.
But, I'm going to tell you now. My dad.
I ain't mad though.
No,
so you know,
we would have been in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, no. I went to other people and talked to them, and they said that half the stuff that we learned in our high school, they didn't touch that.
That too. Mm-hmm. Our high school was on point with stuff. Yeah. Like we knew stuff, cause I remember I went to Ben Davis for like 2 weeks, and the stuff they was teaching, I'm like, I already know this. I learned this in 9th grade. Like what? I was in 11th or 10th, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. But the thing that's funny is our town is so small, and we have so many cousins that it's ridiculous. Like, shut up. Like
now, you couldn't mess with no girls that you went to school with because most likely that probably was your cousin. And if that was fine, they definitely your cousin. Cause like most of the people that we were related to. Our family wasn't no ugly people, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
And the thing was, like, most of the girls, if you seen them and they was in school and they looked good, they was cousins.
Yeah.
So it was like, you got to go out of town to even talk to a girl.
Boy. But the funny thing is, it was a girl, man, I had a crush on since elementary. Was it elementary? It was elementary.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was elementary. I had a high school crush. I ain't gonna say her name. I don't want you to get the big head. Which you my cousin now anyway, so I definitely. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
She ain't your cousin.
Oh well. Anyway,
Remember I told you that was explained to us. 'Cause at first, my daddy said it was related to. Then it was explained to him that set of those people was not our family.
so lo and behold, I got blocked, which is cool. It is what it is. But the funny part is, I think I asked her to prom with me, and she agreed. And I was like, oh.
She don't know who you talking about.
I mean, I ain't gonna say her name, but of course she don't know. From the crush from elementary, she should know who she is. Cause I remember when she liked both my brothers. That crushed my heart, boy. I had to play it off, but
I ain't know nothing about that.
she hurt my feelings. Remember, she liked you and Chris.
I ain't know nothing about that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But me knowing that that's somebody that you was crushing on, I still would have never talked to her.
But yeah, I definitely had a crush on her, and when she said, yeah, the prom, you know where I'm at with it. I'm like, I already discussed the room. I already had, my brother and them was gonna go all out, because this was my first and last prom, because I got sick on all my other ones. So, nigga, he was finna get a stretch hummer and all this stuff. So I'm like, yes, nigga. Oh, shit. I said, she ain't got no choice, really. In my mind, that's one thing. You ain't got no choice, but, you know, to give it up. Hey, stretch hummer in a nice room, you gonna give it up, or I'm taking something.
I don't say it like that.
No, I'm joking.
We not promoting that.
Yeah, we just playing.
He just playing.
Yeah. So, man, we was over there one night kicking it with all my brother friends. He was friends in a bike group with her cousin or auntie, whoever she was, to her. And this was we was all over there kicking it, and she came in. Of course, you know, the little giddy daddy peeped. He's like, "Come here, boy." So I go over there. What's up, Dad? He said, "How you know her?" And then I told him, I think this how it went. If I'm not, she can correct me, but I think that's how it went. How you know her? And I was like, that's such and such. He said, is that your girlfriend or something? I said, nah, but we going to the prom. I think she said we going to the prom or something like that. Because I said, nah, that ain't my girl. He's like, well, I hope. Now he said, if y'all going to the prom, I hope y'all ain't doing it. No, he said, I hope y'all ain't going to the prom because that's your cousin. And I said, like it. When he said that, it hurt me so bad. And I immediately told her, you know, I can't take you to prom. I'm on a lot of things, but I ain't no cousin here. ain't no cousin clapper. Right. Ain't no cheap cousin clapper. Nope. So, yeah, man, that's how small our city was. Like he said, man, most of the beautiful girls that was in our city was our freaking cousins. Alright, so, can't forget, last but not least, talking about my mama side of the family and how I was growing up with them. My mom and daddy's side was totally different, which I loved because you had the hustlers on both sides.
Yeah.
But you had more out in the street gangster stuff on my mama's side.
Yeah.
My dad and them side was a little bit like, it's like Young Jeezy and Gucci Man.
Yeah.
So my mom and them was the Gucci Man side. My dad and them was the Young Jeezy side.
Yeah.
So that's so imagine growing up seeing both sides.
See, with daddy folks, the gangsters wasn't in our hometown like that. Most of them was out of town.
Yeah, it was only one in our hometown.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna speak on that, but
Right.
But yeah, mom and them, they was cutthroat.
Yeah.
They made a name for
was cutting up. Matter of fact. But anyway, let's talk about them. I remember I got my first beer from Randy, my cousin Randy. And thanks to him, that's the reason why I don't like beer. Cause let me story time. All right. So we having a cookout, you know, and it was over it was grandma's house, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I think it was grandma's house.
Yeah, grandma.
Great grandma.
Yeah.
Remember, great grandma was still living at the time.
Y'all know what we talking about. If you part of Ford City.
Yeah.
You know the Hamiltons and you know the area.
Yeah. So they had a big cookout, you know, out by the lake and everybody hanging out. And I remember Randy offered me a beer. And I looked at Mama and I was like, Mama, can I have it? And Mama said, yeah, go ahead. So
She knew you wasn't gonna like it.
right, exactly. So I drank that beer. And beer was nasty as hell to me.
Tastes like cat.
Yeah, it tastes like, there you go, tastes like cat piss and
I ain't never tasted
and bath water that somebody farted in. So, you know, it was like, okay. So I drank it and I was like, this is nasty. But the reason why I don't like beer is because that beer, it was a natural ice, matter of fact. Natty ice for all the people that drink, old cheap old people beer.
It's like old
right. So I drank that beer, man, and then later on that night, I felt blur. Man, I had the worst diarrhea I ever had in my life after I drank that beer. But that's the reason why I don't drink beer. Still to this day, well, to this day I don't drink because my kidney's bad.
Yeah.
But whenever I used to drink, it wasn't beer. It was because of that reason why. Yeah. And I love them because of that. Because, you know, shoot, I don't want to mess with beer. Now, whenever I did drink, I would do some alcohol, but beer was not my forte.
And you know, I didn't like alcohol as a kid. I smoked a lot of weed.
I did too.
Touch alcohol. I remember the first time I drank alcohol, I was with, you probably ain't gonna trip, Terrence. Me and Terrence rode tough. Me and Terrence, that was my rider, man. We rode tough. Me, Terrence, God rest his soul, Corey Jackson, God rest his soul, Kevin Stick, and Julian. That was the group. Like, anybody else, I mean, I probably hung with Dwight, you know, I probably hung Kevin Hooper. I forgot Kevin, you was my rider too, my bad. Kevin Hooper. But a lot of y'all, we did hang tough. But the ones I really hung with was Cord, Julian, and Terrence Tucker. Yeah. And Kevin Stick, my bad. And Kevin Hooper, goddamn, it was all of them I hung with.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But anyway.
All of them, it was just different times.
Yeah. And Dennis. That's who was in the car. We ain't hang a lot, but at one point we had a stint with me, Dennis, and Corey hung. And Terrence Tucker hung tough.
You hung with, what's the other dude? Maurice, what's his name? The one with the snitching brother.
I ain't tough with him. So, anyway, he introduced me to Tangeray. Man, it tastes like rubbing alcohol.
And you know, I was
like, I'll never touch it again.
Now
it's different.
Now I'm gonna explain this.
I
I didn't like alcohol, but when I drank to get drunk. I don't understand people that drink just to drink.
And that's how I am now. I go. I don't
right.
sip what it tastes like.
Right. I don't do that because I'm like, alcohol is the nastiest thing ever. It all tastes like rubbing alcohol to me. And people that say, oh, it tastes good, I don't understand that to me because alcohol is nasty. But, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You like what you like. But, like, when it comes down to weed, boy, I would eat you know how you have something that's on the floor? On your table, I pick it up and eat it. I love the taste of weed. So.
You know what's funny though? This nigga did not smoke like that when I was coming up. Now he out-smoked me. What the hell?
No, not now. I stopped smoking.
Well, back when he was.
But when I was smoking. When I moved up here, I got worse.
I ain't even gonna tell you about that story until later on in the next episode. Graduation. I wish I still had that video, bro.
Tell the story.
No, we gotta say it.
Because I know Jermaine will laugh about it.
We gotta say it.
Yeah, we'll save it for next episode. But let's talk about how we got up here.
But before we got
the move,
I'm gonna tell you experience with my mama's side. I love hanging out because I'm a in the woods outside person, and my grandma, she was basic as she could be. Yeah. I love her to death, but my grandma was basic to the point you peed in a damn pot and she threw it out. You didn't, you know. But anyway. Them was some of the best moments I had with her. And of course, Junior Boy used to tell all types of crazy stories. God rest his soul. Junior Boy was a fool with it. I miss him. He used to talk about every time he saw me, I was in high school. Come here. You doing anything yet? And then me, yeah, I'm doing something. Boy, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
He don't know. It was funny. I'm pretty sure he could tell it. Man, you ain't doing nothing. You got too many bumps on your face, boy. You ain't. Man, I miss them.
I remember one thing about Junior too. Junior, he got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Every freaking morning. It did not matter. And even when he wasn't working, he was up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That was his thing. And he put him a pot of coffee on him.
Yeah.
Every morning. That's why I was like, boy, I love staying up around him. Because it was like, his ritual was get up in the morning, start his pot of coffee, and then start some breakfast. So it's like, every morning I love that. But, you know,
boy,
God rest his soul too. Yeah.
But,
Ain't Virginia, yes.
Yeah.
God rest her soul too.
We'll tell Pete. We ain't gonna get into detail. Like we're gonna get into detail, but we're gonna do it on a couple of other episodes.
Yeah.
But we're gonna give you the first of us moving up here to Indianapolis. So I'm gonna let my brother tell his part
because I came first.
Yeah.
So okay, when I moved up here, my dad was already up here. My dad moved up here and he started driving for Indigo. So, you know, after he moved up here, he asked me, you know, did I want to come up here? I had just got out the military and I was home because, you know, I had got discharged from the military and I didn't have nothing to do. I was looking for a job and I had a hard time trying to find one.
Especially in Arkansas, Baton Rouge coming along.
Yeah, so he asked me, he was like, did I want to come up here? And I was like, yeah. Had a girlfriend and everything during the time. Left. so I moved up here and, you know what I'm saying, like the third day I was here, because I remember people was telling me, oh, ain't no jobs here. That wasn't true. So like the third day I was here, I got, matter of fact, I think I had 2 jobs the third day I was here.
That boy worked.
Yeah, so I had 2 jobs.
And we're going to school.
And then, end up going to college. I did not finish college. I should have, but I still got a degree. Yeah. So, and that's the thing, like, people don't know, because like through my job, I got an engineering degree. I got certified, you know. So what I did was they was giving me classes and stuff like that, and basically it was accredited. So with the credits, you know, I went back to see if I can get the degree, and they said I had enough credits to get a degree with all the credits that I had.
See how dope that is, people?
I achieved. So that's
we out here shooting and
right.
And 50 cabs and
you don't have to just go to college like a normal man to, you know, get your education. You can work, and as you working, you can, you know, see what kind of credits and trades that you can work for. So yeah.
Get you a trade.
Yeah.
So. Y'all sleeping on how much trade. Let me tell you something real quick. I'm gonna jump off of it. I'm gonna give you a little jewel for the day. Drug dealers, what you see that drug dealers is a facade, bro. We done sold drugs, plenty of it. Let me tell you something about drug dealing. The thing is, let me tell you, the thing is, when you're a drug dealer, you don't work 8 hours and clock out and call it a day.
There you go. You
work 24 hours, 7 days a week. If a nigga call you for $20, you better get up and do it. If a nigga call you for $10, you probably like, me need somewhere, but you gonna do it. If a nigga call you for $5, you probably like, I ain't going all the way out there. You gonna have to meet me. But how I know, that's how I operate. And my thing is, the phone calls never stop. And you're not getting, like he said, niggas getting $20 an hour now, learning to trade, $20 to $60 an hour. There are days where ain't nobody calling you for nothing.
Right.
And you calling them, bro, you straight. You don't need that. So
you're working for below minimum wage.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if
drug dealing is not getting like that. I mean, you do got a few of them that is, but they not getting.
Let's say you getting it, but let's say you making $100 a day. If you had a job, you can make that plus a day. And the thing is, if you spread that out even through the days that you're not making any sales, you still not making that much money. Because like, let's say if you go in this month, you made $3,000, let's just say that's not much. But if you really look at it, you can work and make that in a month, and you can make it in less time. So the thing is like you're making less than that if you spread it out through the day. So 3,000 with 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, you know what I'm saying? That's still not minimum wage. So you still making nothing.
The amount of jewelry you got about to make people think you get money, cars you gotta get to make people think you get money, to make people want to mess with you. The thing about a drug game is just like the rap game. You gotta look presentable for somebody to want to do business with you. And then the thing is, what kills me is, y'all niggas stay with your mama doing all that. Like the police ain't gonna be on your radar. You got a hum on 28s.
There you go.
Come on, bro.
Or 10 cars sitting in your mama front yard that you done bought with no job.
I'm talking about you gotta worry about the police.
Yeah.
You gotta worry about the jack boys. You gotta worry about these crackheads popping off trying to kill you. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I've been there, done that.
Back to the money. Like my cousin always said, fast money mean you blow it fast.
Yep.
Because people that ain't used to money, what do? You spend. You spend when you finally get money. Why you think that you don't see athletes or rappers that's rich in the end? You don't hardly see that. Because look, out of all of the basketball players, how many do you know today that's still rich and they don't play no less? That's what I'm saying. Out of all the rappers, how many do you know today that's still rich and they don't rap no more? Probably less than that. I know 2 of them. Actually,
and you probably be living above your means, but you're not living like you was when you came in. But anyway, what made us move to Indiana, to Indianapolis? He was saying the job.
Yeah.
What made me move was pretty much I wanted a way out of Arkansas.
Yeah.
Love Arkansas, love Wynne. But I hate to say, the time I was growing up, it's nothing to do.
It's nothing.
I was always in trouble. I was always being harassed by the police because I was messing up. But it's so small, that they knew where you stayed at.
Yeah.
They could find you. My brother told me when I left the week I left, Chris, my brother, called me and said, "Why the police at the door looking for you?" Over warrants of suspended license. I ain't popped nobody. I ain't beat nobody. I ain't stabbed nobody. We talking about
just didn't pay no tickets.
Tickets. We talking about tickets. They on me like the SWAT over tickets, bro. Yeah. That's why I said, man, I love Arkansas. I love everybody in there, even the police. One point I didn't like you, but I love all y'all. But at the end of the day, it made me understand my circle and my living was small. I want to expand. Mm-hmm. And once I moved up here, I mean, it ain't huge here, but it's way bigger than me.
Right.
And it's a lot more to do. But at the end of the day, they can get you in trouble too. Yeah. But we'll talk about that.
It got me in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Because, it was like one point that I couldn't stay out of jail.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I wanted to go to jail. It's just I kept messing up. So
yeah.
But
yeah, we definitely gonna talk about all that on the next episode. All right, y'all. That was when Growing Up with Johnson podcast. Be on the lookout for our lifestyles and skits,
and our merchandise and our reaction.